What's up guys, welcome to my Windwalker survival guide. In this video you will learn how to kite effectively, how to use your utility to survive, and how to trade out your defensive cooldowns properly like a rank 1 Windwalker. I stream a lot on Twitch, so go follow me, link is down below for lots of live Windwalker PvP. Also, if you have any questions, be sure to type them in my Twitch chat and I'll try my best to answer all of your questions. The best way to use the Monk toolkit is to use your utility and mobility to avoid as much damage as you can, and when you can't avoid the damage, trade out a defensive cooldown depending on the scenario. One of your best defensives as a Windwalker is your port. You can avoid a lot of damage by porting away at the right times. The best time to use your port is when your healer is at the start of a CC chain, to avoid the incoming damage and to stop yourself from getting cross CC'd with your healer. So here we're versing a jungle cleave. And the setup for this is the hunter is going to trap my healer and the feral is going to stun me at the same time, and they're going to do a lot of damage to me while I'm stunned, and we're both CC'd. This can be applied to comps like Rogue Mage as well, where the Mage goes for a sheep on the healer and the Rogue goes for a cheap shot on the kill target, and same with any other setup comps with a CC on the healer and a stun on the kill target. So what I'm going to do here, as soon as I see the hunter go and disengage trap my healer, I'm going to instantly port. No questions asked. I see my healer get CC'd, boom, port right away. Porting like this allows you to not waste any cooldowns because you're avoiding taking damage while your healer isn't able to heal you by using your mobility to your advantage. So here's a really good example of using your port very effectively versus a Ret warrior team. So what's going to happen is the warrior's going to run in and fear my healer like so, and then once that happens, I'm going to instantly port when I get charged, and then he's going to Avatar Warbreaker me right here. But because I've ported very quickly, I'm able to avoid this Warbreaker application, so the warrior's going to lose a lot of damage here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rot myself on the pillar here on the warrior's leap, so he gets knocked back up in the air, so he's not able to connect to me, and the Ret cannot touch me either. So he throws a spear down right here, but this is completely fine for me to sit, because my healer is out of this sphere right here, and the Ret and the warrior cannot get to me because I have this beautiful rot place right here, and this puts us very far ahead in the threes matchup. When versing a warrior, pay attention to when they have their Stormbolt. The farther away you are from a warrior when he throws a Stormbolt, the more time you have to react to the travel time and pre-port it. I'm going to pre-port this bow already. So here's a good example of me kiting out the damage cooldowns and CC chain on my healer. So what happens is the hunter disengages in, I get rake stunned by the feral, and the hunter is going for a trap on my healer. So as soon as I get out of the stun and I see my healer gets trapped, I'm going to instantly port away from that. And so right now, the hunter is going to be looking for damage. I see the priest pop Dark Arc and the hunter has double tap up. So it's really obvious that the hunter is going to Kyrian right here on this pillar and shoot me through the pillar. So after I've reset my port and I see the feral running towards me on this angle, it's really good for me to cross the map here. So the feral's running over here to me, so I'm going to be kiting this entire thing, and I'm going to be going this direction up here to this pillar, and with my flying serpent kick across the map, I dodge the hunter's Kyrian completely. He pops his true shot aura as well, but he's not able to shoot me through the pillar. So here I'm just going to reverse harm to heal myself to full, and I see the feral has stampeding roared towards me and he's moving very fast. So here I'm going to peek in the feral's line, I'm going to incap him before he can restun me or even touch me with any damage. The hunter throws down a binding shot, which then I'm going to Tiger's Lust out of, and then I see the hunter is true shot rapid firing me, so then I'm going to disarm him for the rest of his true shot, and then as my shaman gets out of the trap, I'm going to roll back to him and get topped off by my shaman and set a new port right here in a way better spot, and then we can start our offensive go on their team. So there I kited out their entire CC go and their cooldowns with good pathing and kiting and not having to use any of my defensive cooldowns there. Alright, here's this clip in real time.
And I'm front-shotting this guy.
I'm trap shot.
Here it comes. Yeah, I know. Can you grab me?
I pour.
I got you.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
I literally kited his Kyrian.
Can you grab?
Incap this guy.
Got you.
Okay, you're insane.
Disarm hunter.
Scattered.
I kited this whole go.
Yeah, you're insane, man.
A very important defensive Windwalkers can use versus melee DPS is their disable root. A lot of Windwalkers don't maximize the benefit of rooting melee DPS off of them to kite easier and avoid damage. A good way to start a game versus melee DPS / healer in 2s is to flying serpent kick on top of the melee DPS, land the slow on them, instantly root them and roll at the same time towards the healer, making the DPS stuck there for a few seconds while you start on the healer. A clean defensive combo to do versus melee DPS is to slow them, then root them with disable, and instantly roll away because the roll isn't on the global cooldown. Disable root is also a really good peel for your teammates to keep melee DPS off of them while they kite away. Let's talk about disarm. What things on what classes do you want to disarm? A good way to keep track of these offensive cooldowns to make sure you can instantly disarm them is to get an add-on called Omnibar. Omnibar can track offensive and defensive cooldowns, stuns, and mobility of other classes. I have a full Omnibar guide on how to set up your Omnibar, link is down below. So for Death Knights, for Frost DKs, you want to disarm their Pillar of Frost. Unholy is going to be Unholy Frenzy. Demon Hunters, you want to disarm their Metamorphosis. Rogues, it's good to disarm their Shadow Dance or their Shadow Blades. And it's also good to disarm a rogue if they kidney shot your healer before they cheap shot you to prevent them from stunning you so you're able to kite out the CC chain on your healer. For Rep Paladin, you want to disarm their Avenging Wrath, aka their Wings. And for Warrior, you want to disarm their Warbreaker. Disarm's a 45-second cooldown, and so is their Warbreaker. Warriors lose a lot of damage if you are able to disarm them every time they press Warbreaker. Also, if a warrior pops Die by the Sword, aka their parry, you can disarm them on it, and they won't be able to parry any attacks for 6 seconds unless they trinket the disarm. Enhancement Shaman's Ascendance is the main thing you want to disarm. It's every 3 minutes, and when Ascendance is down, it is good to disarm them when they Bloodlust if your teammates can't purge it. And for Hunters, for Marksmen, you want to disarm them on their True Shot aura. It's every 2 minutes, and they'll be doing a lot of damage while it is active. And it's also good to disarm them when they use their Curing ability as well, so they can't shoot you or your teammates through pillars. When using Diffuse magic, especially versus a Fire Mage's Combust, you always want to trade your Diffuse magic at a very high HP in order to reduce the damage you take before it is taken. Alright, so in this game, I get put in a full sheep while my healer gets root beamed. So, I'm not able to Tiger's Lust my healer's root beam, but then the pally runs over to hodge me, and then the mage pops Combust. So what I'm going to have to do is, while my healer's in CC, I'm going to have to instantly Trinket Diffuse the Combust, so I don't get one shot. I'm going to roll away, I'm going to port behind the pillar, and then I'm going to Tiger's Lust my healer's root beam, and then we're going to wait out the rest of the Combust go. As soon as an Affliction Warlock pops Dark Soul on you, you want to use Diffuse magic at high HP to reverse all the dots back on them. So that means they're going to have to spend a lot of globals reapplying those dots and then casting another Unstable Affliction if they're going to be spamming Malefic Raptures on you. If you can stop the Malefic Raptures, stay in the fight and stop the Malefic Raptures and keep doing damage. And if you can't stop the Malefic Raptures, then make sure to port out, roll away, or line them. But as you can see here, as the Lox tries to reapply all his dots, I'm doing far more damage than the healer can heal right now, and then he has to port away on his Dark Soul. Alright, so let's take a look at Dampen Harm and Fortifying Brew. For a damage reduction ability to be effective, you need to use it at high HP before the damage comes to reduce the incoming burst. If you use a damage reduction cooldown when you're low HP after you already took a lot of damage, then it won't be very useful. The main use for your Fortifying Brew and Dampen Harm are to pre-use them before you get stunned, or to trade out versus enemy cooldowns when you're high HP when you can't avoid the damage. Karma is a good absorb for 50% of your HP. The only problem is that people can take half of your HP with one global. The way you want to use your Karma is at high HP when people pop cooldowns when you can't CC them or avoid the damage. In this clip, I'm going to show you how to trade your cooldowns versus Rogue Mage. So my Shaman has no Trinket, and they're about to do a big setup on me with a full blind on my Shaman and a kidney shot on me. So my Shaman gets blinded, and then I'm going to get kidney shot. So I'm not going to Trinket right away on this kidney. I'm going to wait for them to commit their cooldowns before I Trinket. Because if I instantly Trinket and then they hold their cooldowns, then next go I will die instantly in the next kidney shot with a Shadowblades Combust in a bomb with no Trinket, and it'll be lights out for me. So I'm going to wait until I see Shadowblades, And as soon as I see Shadow Blades right here, I'm going to instantly Trinket Karma on the Rogue at very high HP. And then the Mage pops Combust, which then I'm going to Diffuse Magic at 100% and prevent that Combust damage on me. Then I'm going to get Cheap Shot 2 more times. And then what I'm going to be looking to do here is I'm going to try to kite out the rest of this go. So my Shaman has 2 seconds left on his blind, and my Boomy got CS on a clone for peels, so they aren't able to help me. My Shaman's going to get sapped off of this blind, and my Diffuse Magic only has 3 seconds left on it, and the Mage has 8 seconds left on his Combust. So my Karma and my Diffuse won't be saving me for much longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll away, and I'm going to port across the map away from the Rogue and the Mage. So my Shaman is 6 seconds left on a sap, and then my Boomy gets mind controlled full here, so I'm unable to get any peels or support from my teammates. So I'm going to have to kite out this by myself and avoid damage here. So I'm going to Vivify myself up to full, and once the Rogue peeks in my line, I'm then going to disarm him for the rest of his Shadow Blades, and then I'll be completely fine here because my Shaman has 1 second left on his sheep, and my Shaman gets out of his sheep. I'm full HP, my Boomy's out of the mind control, and then we can start our offensive push on the Rogue. Alright, let's watch this at full speed.
This is
fine, this is fine, we just hold.
I still have all my shit, so.
Yeah, my shit's still gonna be up for after.
I'm blinded full, Careful,
I'm gonna need Trink Karma,
This is-
Trink Karma.
Okay,
Diffuse
nice. This
Combust.
is nice, really good. He mind games you as well. I'm full sap.
Yeah, I pour.
Oh, mage. I didn't get it. I'm
Completely fine, completely
Your
fine.
buyer's still, your buyer's still.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I disarm Rogue. We can go, can you beam? Here I'm in a 1v2 situation versus a Rogue and a Mage. So I'm sapped right here, and then the Mage pops his burst on me, and he meteors me. So when this meteor drops and I get resapped, the meteor burn will break this sap. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to spam my Battlemaster Trinket and my Diffuse Magic here to pre-diffuse and BM the stun. So as soon as the sap breaks, I get my BM Trinket and my Diffuse off, and then I get Kidney Shot. And this is going to allow me to live this Kidney Shot burst here. I get G-Pied, that's okay, my Diffuse Magic's up, and I get down really low off this Kidney, and here I'm at 14% HP when I get out of this Kidney. So now what I want to do is I want to turn on the Rogue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stun the Rogue, I'm going to heal up, and then I'm going to pop my images, Rising Sun Kick, Fist, Whirling Dragon Punch, incap the Mage, and the Rogue's dead. And so now, what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to roll away to my port. I'm going to port up top, I'm going to get a Vivify off, and then I'm going to cleanse my poisons to remove the Mortal Strike from the Rogue. And then my Vivify does more, I'm going to reset my port, get one more Vivify, and so here my Battlemaster Trinket dropped and I'm at lower HP. So now I need to survive and not get one shot by this Mage, seeing as his Combust is up very soon. So where I'm going to path myself is I'm going to roll to the nearest line of sight, which at these bottom pillars right here on Blade's Edge, these are a really good line of sight if you can't kite on top of the bridge. So I'm going to roll down here, I'm going to reverse arm, and I'm going to rop the Mage off of me. And while this Mage is ropped off, I have enough time to cast a Vivify, and then before the Mage gets back in my line, I'm going to Serpent Kick over here, back through my Rop, so I get more value out of this Rop. See, the Mage got bounced on my Rop there, and he has to run all the way around here to reach me, and then I can get another Vivify cast off. So then here, the Mage misses his Nova, but that's fine, I could have Tiger's List it anyway. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to root him, and I'm going to roll away, and I can get some more Vivifies off. So here, the Mage's Combust is up. I don't have Diffuse, but I do have Karma, so I still have to try to stall this out for my defensive cooldowns. So here, I can just run down here, and then I can use this pillar right here as a line of sight, and then I can just avoid the Mage. So that's how you want to path yourself and how you want to kite to survive in those 1v1 situations, and just how to heal yourself back up to full while avoiding all damage. Alright, so let's look at Ring of Peace. Ring of Peace is a great tool to use while you're kiting to keep people from connecting or reconnecting to you, especially after you port. Ring of Peace can do a lot of things. You can also rop people off of the map, rop them into a double leg sweep. You can Ring of Peace a Priest's Dome, a Death Knight's AMZ, a Demon Hunter's Darkness. You can interrupt a cast with Ring of Peace. You can also rop rogues and druids out of stealth. You can bring people closer towards you, and you can pin them against the wall, and you can even peel your teammates You can ring a piece of them off of your teammates when they get stunned. And you can also pre-rop yourself before you get stunned to avoid a lot of damage. Here's the 2v2 scenario where I'm playing Windwalker Holy Pally with a viewer from my stream versus Warrior Holy Pally in 2s. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be kiting out their offensive cooldowns and crowd control on my healer and then starting my own offensive push on them once I've survived that. So here at the start of this clip, I'm using my Kyrian and I'm bursting the Holy Pally, and then the warrior pops his avatar. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop my Fist of Fury and make sure to face the warrior so I'm parrying his attacks. And then the warrior pops his Spear of Bastion on me. So I'm not going to panic even though I'm stuck in here. So my best way to avoid the damage here without using a defensive cooldown is to root the warrior and then strafe to the side. So the warrior's not able to hit me for a few seconds. And then I'm going to Chi Wave here and then do some damage. And then once the warrior is able to reconnect to me, I'm going to trade out my Karma at high HP because I can't really avoid the damage there. And then the Pally bops. So as soon as this Pally bops, I don't want to be trading with the warrior seeing as his avatar is up. What I want to do is I want to roll away and kite out this bop. So as I roll away, my Pally gets hodged. So I don't want to, so I have my wall, my Battlemaster Trinket, and my Kyrian heal available to me, but I don't want to use those defensives just yet because this damage is avoidable and I have mobility to kite. So I'm able to avoid this. So I roll away, I reverse arm, and I set my port down right here. It's really important that I reset my port because my port was at another pillar at the time and I won't get much value out of it right there. So after I reset my port, I'm going to roll away from this warrior once more, and then I'm going to peek into my Pally's line as he gets out of CC. And here, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to cast Vivifies while this warrior gets to me. So see, the warrior's Stormbolt is off cooldown, and he has it available for me right here. And the farther you are away from a warrior, the more time you have to react for his Stormbolt on that travel time of the Stormbolt. So I'm going to cast a Vivify here, and then as the warrior comes in my line, he's going to throw a Stormbolt. So this travel time of the Stormbolt gives me time to react to it to use something before. So what I want to do before this Stormbolt hits is I want to port. I'm going to cancel my Vivify cast. I'm going to port this Stormbolt right here. So if we watch this in fast motion right here, the warrior comes in my line, I cancel and I port right before I get Stormbolted. And this gives me a lot of breathing room as I don't take any damage in the Stormbolt, and then I can start damaging the warrior. I disarm him here, and then I was going to attack the Pally, but then he fears my Holy Pally. So while my Pally is in CC, I still don't want to be doing any damage. I just need to survive here. So as he breaks the fear, I'm going to root this warrior, and then I'm going to Serpent Kick away. And then I'm going to start kiting some more. I'm going to reverse harm, Vivify up, reset my port, and then I'm going to peek in my Pally's line as he gets out of CC. Very important. So then, the warrior's Bladestorming. I'm going to still avoid the warrior in this Bladestorm. I don't want to get hit. I don't want to take any unnecessary damage that I don't have to. And then, once I get topped up by my Pally who's not in CC, I can start my offensive push. So this warrior's on me, right? So when the warrior's on you, you can control the pace of the game. So when I want to start my offensive push on the Pally and the warrior, I can group them up. So I bring the warrior to the Pally, very important. I pop my tiger, I slow the Pally, and then I image and I get a double leg sweep. It's really important that you always, versus this comp, try to land double leg sweeps, which is very important, especially when the warrior's on you because you control the pace of the game. So after I get this double leg sweep, I Rising Sun Kick, use my Crane proc, and then I force out Bubble. And then that's how you want to be surviving the cooldowns, kiting out the CC on your healer, and then starting your offensive push on the DPS once you've survived that go. Here's a 3s match versus Rogue Mage. I have no Trinket or Karma, and my healer has no Trinket either. They're about to do a stun go on me with Combust. If I get stunned and combusted on, I can easily die 100-0, so I'm going to have to kite and avoid getting stunned by the Rogue while my healer is in CC. So here, the mage is right here, the rogue comes out of stealth, and he kicks my healer on a cast out of stealth, and then the rogue is running towards me to stun me. So right here, as soon as I see my healer get DB'd and the rogue is right here, I'm going to then port away from the rogue. So I'm avoiding the stun. And then as the rogue gets to me, I'm going to reset my port. I'm going to rot myself here so the rogue isn't able to touch me. And then I'm going to incap the mage with no trinket so he can't combust on me. And I'm going to roll away from the rogue. And then as soon as I roll to here, I'm going to peek around and disarm the rogue before he gets the stealth off. And then the rogue shadow steps me right here, but I had already disarmed him before he got that. It's very important that I quickly disarmed him right after I rolled, so he isn't able to stun me. My priest gets a master spell on my shaman, and they're out of the CC. Then we can start our offensive push on the team. I leg sweep the rogue, and my priest hits a silence on their priest, and then he throws them into a full fear. The rogue cloaks, and so right here, since I avoided the stun and they've recovered from our offensive go, they're going to be doing their offensive go on us again. Because I'm not on stun DR, I was able to avoid it. They're about to do their stun go now with combust. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to pre-Battlemaster Trinket right here. It lasts for 20 seconds and it pumps my HP up to 53,000. So I'm able to live this go. So my Battlemaster Trinket's up, and then he kidneys my healer, and then I get cheap shot, and he goes into a full sheep as well. I do get a little bit low here, and the mage combusts, so I'm going to diffuse magic as soon as I can out of this. And then I diffuse magic, and I still had my Kyrian heal as well if I needed it, and my karma was rotating up in 10 seconds. But my priest was able to kill the rogue as I come out of the stun, and we win the game. Alright, so here's a great example of me using my mobility and my utility to survive without having to burn any of my defensive cooldowns. So here we're reversing a jungle cleave, and what they're going to be trying to be doing is they're going to cross CC me and my healer. So they're going to open up with a trap on my healer, and the feral is going to attempt to stun me. So what I'm going to be doing is I want to instantly port as soon as I see my healer get into any CC and try to delay the stun on the feral and just make sure that I can kite out the damage while my healer is CC'd and try not to get stunned the best I can. Try to split it up so we don't get cross CC'd. So I do my spin, I get the hunter out of stealth, and then he traps my healer, which then I'm going to instantly port and then rot myself. So as soon as my healer got trapped, the feral was trying to stun me. So because I instantly ported and then I ropped myself, I got the feral out of stealth, and then he actually rakes me here, but because I ropped and I got him out of stealth, it canceled his stealth, and he didn't get the stun effect on his rake. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to incap the feral in case he tries to feral charge to me and bash me. So I completely shut down the feral, and he's not able to stun me while my healer is trapped. Alright, so here's that clip in real time.
Let's keep doing what we were doing last game. Like, that was going fine until the feral hit you for 18k.
I got hunter out. I port, rot myself.
I got you.
Incap the feral. I've literally played him so
Hunter.
hard. Alright, so here we're doing our offensive push on the enemy team, and we do our CC go, and we force a bunch of cooldowns. So we're doing big damage here with our CC. We force the hunter's turtle, we swap to the feral, we force his wall and his bark skin, and he frenzies here as well. But once they recover from that and their priest gets out of CC, the hunter is going to disengage over to trap my shaman. So as soon as I see the hunter go over there and I see the trap on my omnibar, before the feral can even shift into cat form to cross CC me with a bash or a maim stun, I'm going to instantly port this go, and then I'm going to rot myself here so the feral is unable to touch me and stun me. So here my shaman's in a trap for 5 more seconds. My priest also gets scattered, so both my teammates are cross CC'd, and the feral is trying to get to me to stun me, but I kited that out pretty nicely. And then I cast a Vivify, I go to line here, and then I actually get bashed like through my ROP, which is kind of unfortunate because like the feral's like basically a whole box away from me when I get bashed, and the hunter pops his true shot on me, and he does his Kyrian. So if the hunter didn't pop his Kyrian here, then I would be able to sit this bash, but because he true shot and Kyrian me here, even though the feral won't be able to hit me because of this ROP, I'm not even sure how he stunned me in the first place. but I need to respect the cooldowns and the damage. Even though I'm full HP, I'm going to then instantly trinket this and roll into the hunter's line, and then I disarm him on his true shot, so he can't just chunk away all my health with that. Alright, so let's watch this clip in real time and see what happens.
Sun priest.
Okay, nice.
Off your off that. Off your off that.
Yeah, hitting hunter.
Okay, nice.
Oh, hit hunter hard. Right here.
Tiger's up.
Science.
Nice.
Big damage! Oh, he turtled.
He out-healed the stuff, that's annoying. I hex priest 1 second just to be annoying. Feral's not dispelling. He's still not dispelling.
I port this. Pre-port.
Good.
Drop the
Scattered,
Feral off me.
scattered.
You can't stun me.
He might use his Curie now though. Yep, here it is.
Yeah,
Good.
I train it. Disarm hunter.
Getting your fear. Getting your fear.
I disarm that shit.
Yeah.
Ink out Feral.
Games.
Really good. We should go hunter, no turtle.
Sure. He's gonna mind game
Alright, and here's the ending to this match.
priest, but it's not gonna be enough.
Hitting Feral back here.
I'm scattered.
I parried his meme. Robbed him off me on the bash. I'm completely
Nice.
fine.
Oh my goodness, I'm trolling these guys right now.
Okay.
we're
Priest.
gonna lose.
Yeah, kill this Feral.
Go Feral.
You have silent? I ink cap.
Nice. My
I'm
games.
okay. I karma this Kyrian. I'm still.
We got paint stuff.
I pop my Kyrian
Pricing
too.
trip.
Kill through.
Something hunter.
I kicked him. I can
I
hex him.
can't.
I hexed. Can you kick? No, we can't.
I have fear in one. Double
Pre-wall.
fear.
I pre-walled this stun. Training. Touch.
Oh my goodness, we're the best in the game. Holy
Let's
moly.
boy.
That's what
Alright, so here I'm in a 3s match, and the enemy team is looking to set up their CC and damage on us with Combust. I have no Trinket or Diffuse magic, and my Shaman doesn't have a Trinket either, so I can easily die on this next CC chain with Combust with no Trinket. So what defenses I have here? I have my Battlemaster Trinket, I have my Kyrian heal, and I have my Karma. So as soon as I see the mage pushing up for CC on my Shaman, and I see the priest and the paladin pushing in with him, I'm going to want to I need to use a cooldown before I get CC'd or I get stunned when my Shaman gets stunned. So I don't want to be karming this next CC chain because the paladin can easily bop it and then I can just die right through. So my best thing to do here is pop my health trinket before I get stunned. So the second I see my Shaman get DB'd, right here, the mage is DB'ing and going for a sheep, I'm going to press my health trinket right now. So I pre-Battlemaster trinketed this CC go, so I'm at 53,000 health, and then I get Hodged. So now we're cross CC'd, my Shaman in a sheep, and myself in a Hodged. So my priest is actually going to mass dispel my Hodge here, and the mage combusts here, and the priest is casting Mind Games. So I'm going to then Karma, and then I'm going to run around the pillar. Even though my Karma's up, it's still not enough. I still have to line this combust damage since I don't have Diffuse for another 25 seconds. So my Shaman gets out of CC, so I'm going to Dispel my Devouring Plague, and I'm going to get right back in my Shaman's line here. And then we've actually just completely lived that CC go, and now we can push to do our go. That was Power Infusion and Combust from the priest. So you see their Pally is pushing back, trying to avoid our CC chain, and the mage's Combust is almost over, so he's pulling back, and it leaves the Shadow Priest right here for us. So I'm going to then roll on the Shadow Priest, and then we start our go, which the Pally then bops him, but on my team we have double purge, so that bop is instantly taken off, and then we start our damage go. I pop my Kyrian and my images here after this fear, and then I get land a kick on this Mind Blast, and then we just kill the priest in that go.
They're gonna kill. Carlos, sit on me, please.
I pre-robbed him out of stealth. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm the best monk in the game. I'm stunned though.
Hearing this?
Train karma, everything.
Oh my god.
I literally pressed every button.
Okay.
I had to.
Let's do go on someone.
On priest, you want it?
Not priest.
On Pharaoh.
I can't. He's just sitting in bear running away. Going hunter.
I'm priming him. Double uppers. He's dead.
Oh.
Good night. I just
Yeah.
hit
Okay,
1,000 million gajillion damage. I sent a
Oh!
Trinket.
Hello?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh.
2900.
MMRs
Oh,
right
dude,
now.
I did the most insane ROP of my life, and I still had to fucking press every button. If you found the video helpful, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to my YouTube for more Windwalker content, and be sure to follow my Twitch channel. Link is down below for some live Windwalker PvP. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.